Chapter 9, A Day of Deception. The Whispers had become obsessed with dates, specifically one date. September 11th. 9/11, Alex. They'd chant, a chilling mantra. We showed the world our power. We changed everything. They'd replay distorted news clips in his mind, images of burning towers, panicked crowds, the iconic silhouette of a plane against a clear blue sky. The images were visceral, triggering a deep-seated fear he couldn't explain. Alex had always accepted the official narrative of 9/11s, a tragic act of terrorism perpetrated by Al-Qaeda, but the Whispers, combined with his research into the ATG, had planted a seed of doubt. He started to question everything, to scrutinize the official story, to look for inconsistencies and unanswered questions. He began to meticulously analyze the events of that day, poring over news reports, official investigations, and eyewitness accounts. He discovered a series of anomalies, discrepancies, and unanswered questions that suggested a deeper conspiracy, a hidden hand manipulating the events of that fateful day. He found evidence of insider trading, suspicious stock options purchased just days before the attacks, suggesting that some individuals had foreknowledge of the impending disaster. He discovered that several key figures in the Bush administration had cancelled their travel plans at the last minute, raising questions about their awareness of the attacks. He also uncovered inconsistencies in the official timeline, discrepancies in the accounts of witnesses and first responders. He found evidence of controlled demolitions, suggesting that the collapse of the Twin Towers was not solely due to the impact of the planes, but a carefully planned operation. The Whispers, meanwhile, were feeding him fragments of information, snippets of conversations, coded messages that hinted at the ATG's involvement in the 9/11's attacks. "We needed a catalyst, Alex," they'd murmur. "A day that would shake the world, a day that would justify our control." Alex began to suspect that 9/11's was not just a terrorist attack, but a carefully orchestrated event, a false flag operation designed to further the ATG's agenda. He theorized that the ATG had allowed the attacks to happen, perhaps even facilitated them, using them as a pretext for expanding their power and control. He believed that the ATG had used the fear and chaos generated by 9/11's to justify the creation of the surveillance state, the erosion of civil liberties, and the expansion of military intervention around the world. He suspected that they had used the attacks as a cover for their own operations, diverting attention away from their own activities, while simultaneously consolidating their grip on global power. He started to investigate the connections between the 9/11's hijackers and the intelligence community, uncovering evidence of links to Al-Qaeda, the CIA, and even the ATG. He discovered that several of the hijackers had received training at US military bases, raising questions about their true allegiances. He began to suspect that Al-Qaeda was not the true mastermind behind the 9/11's attacks, but a pawn in a larger game, a convenient scapegoat for the ATG's machinations. He believed that the ATG had used Al-Qaeda as a proxy, manipulating them into carrying out the attacks, while simultaneously covering their own tracks. The Whispers intensified, taunting him with details of the 9/11's plot, hinting at the ATG's involvement. "We planted the seeds of fear, Alex," they'd hiss. "We nurtured them, we watched them grow. And on 9/11, we harvested the fruits of our labor." Alex felt a growing sense of dread. The pieces of the puzzle were starting to fit together, revealing a terrifying picture of a global conspiracy, a hidden hand manipulating events, shaping history. He realized that 9/11's was not just a tragedy, it was a crime against humanity. And he was determined to expose the truth, to bring the perpetrators to justice, no matter the cost. As he sat in his darkened apartment, the hum vibrating through his body, the Whispers replaying the horrific images of 9/11's, Alex knew that he was walking a dangerous path. But he also knew that he couldn't turn back. The truth was out there, waiting to be discovered, and he was determined to find it, no matter the cost.